Russell and CIARA. Yeah, Russell ain't had that bread. She ain't gonna be with him. Russell Square. Russell Square. CIARA had she has a good situation, but you gonna leave Future and get with Russell Wilson.
The thing is,
I think that's what you don't leave Future and get with Russell Wilson. Like, it's a type. Listen, bro, everybody got a type.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody has a type. You gonna leave Future and get with Russell Wilson? He's so goddamn square, and I love him on the field. He's a square.
Channing.
He's a fucking square.
Channing, you go from this level of toxicity, you just want something stable. You want the guy that was sitting with that girl with that big old mouth at the draft that was laughing, and you knew she deserved to be with him.
Goofball?
Yeah, you want that guy.
You want to get with goofballs.
Okay, so you saw that video, which was a bunch of nonsense. I mean, CIARA and Russell have been married for a while. They have 3 children, and they are making their family work. I am definitely following her on Instagram. I love to see, you know, the fashion that she does, her dances, and also I love to see them as a couple. But this guy, I didn't even know who he was. His name is Chowder. His name is even longer than that. Basically said that CIARA went from Future to Russell Wilson, and people have a type to understand how CIARA could end up, you know, dating someone like a Bow Wow, or dating 50 Cent, or dating someone like Future, and then totally flip and go the other way and date someone like Russell Wilson. And of course, this is coming from a man, and it's really ridiculous to me how men will set up here and literally try and talk about women, put us in a box, and think they know how we think. I can tell you that women have a variety of interest in men. A lot of these men who are talking like Chowder, basically they don't understand how someone like Future, he has 59 babies with 27 baby mamas, always talks about drugs, and he lives this aesthetic. It's an aesthetic of this jewelry, women, drugs, party, you know, craziness that a lot of these guys crave and look up to. This hyper masculinity type thing. I'm going to prove to you that I'm a man. I have all these kids, all these women, women wanting to come up to me and have sex, threesomes and all this stuff, all this jewelry, you know, the cars, you know, you're presenting your wealth because you want people to see you as having some type of worth. With having physical possessions does not mean that you are a person of worth. It has to do with your character and behaviors, and the character and behavior of a Future is not of value at all. He's a high earner. He's not a high value man. Russell Wilson, he seems like a high value man, has the money, but he also has the values. He values his wife. He loves his children. He values his family. And that is the behaviors of an actual real man. Over the years, I have talked about CIARA and Russell Wilson, and over the years, other people have been waiting for them to get a divorce or for her to run back to a Future type guy. This is what happened with CIARA. She ended up dating these certain type of guys who had no integrity. They are not good men. If you want a stable family, marriage, you don't want to be cheated on. You want to be a strong family unit with children that grow up to be very stable and successful, right? So she was not going to get that out of a 50 Cent or a Future or anyone who gravitates towards that energy, right? So Basically, here comes Russell Wilson, and he presented a whole different type of masculinity, a whole different type of energy, and that's what she was attracted to. You can end up with something that's not good for you because it's something that you may be used to running into, but then when you run into a totally different energy, you can't go back to bullshit. I've had that happen with me. There's a certain standards that you get. There are certain behaviors that you notice. And once you get a taste of that, yes, that can totally flip you. You know, you may think this hyper masculine, this idea, this social idea of masculinity is the thing. But then when you run into something totally different, it can completely change you and change your mind about what you want. And you can compare the two. And yes, that's how it can happen. And me specifically, you know, I have a sibling that, you know, she likes the aggressive type of men, the alpha men who are boisterous, and they are just, you know, kind of aggressive with it, not in a negative way, but, you know, it's on display. Whereas myself, I prefer someone with the temperament of a Russell Wilson, someone who's more quiet and confident in their masculinity. They don't have to be boisterous. They don't have to be, you know, it's not just overpowering you. That's not an energy that I enjoy. But yes, personally over here, I love a nerd. I love a geek. I love a square. You can have intellectual conversations with them. I share interest in the things that they do, and I love their stability and their quiet confidence. You can put it like that, and their corny jokes. But yeah, I mean, all he had to do was ask women. I mean, we're not a monolith. We like different things, and specifically speaking with black women, there is this thing that, you know, black women like street dudes, they like thugs. There is a certain thing with the bad boy. You can go through that phase. Every woman does, regardless of her racial background or culture. But yeah, you can go through the phase of liking the bad boy. And, you know, if you're going to mess with bad boys, please protect yourself. Do not get pregnant by the bad boy. Just have fun with the bad boy. Then when you get to the point in your life, if you decide that you want family and marriage, then you should definitely explore that energy with someone who has more of a temperament like a Russell, someone who is focused on family, someone who wants to support their family. Just don't know where this came from. It came out of the blue. I know a lot of men online have been talking about Russell, calling him a simp for taking on CIARA because she had a child. I don't understand that at all, because honestly, this child is receiving love, and they can start a business, get an education. They're going to have a great life. They can really, you know, prosper. But they don't see it that way. They actually feel like CIARA and her child should have been thrown in the gutter somewhere. That is a scary thing to think about. Men are looking at you like you're worthless and you're trash because you had a child, especially with a man you were engaged to, and a dusty like Future, who she gave him a chance. She literally said, you know, I'm not going to judge you for your past. We can move forward and be a couple if this is what you want to do. And she gave him a chance, and he shitted all over that chance, and he's been bitter since. But understand, what Future did was a blessing for CIARA, because if he hadn't done what he did, she never would have met Russell Wilson, who gave her what she was looking for: stability, a great family, and a loving husband. So sometimes when things look bad, or you think this is the worst thing, it's actually protection for you. Even colorism to a point in dating and men is a protection. You know, there's a lot of things that go on. Even when I experienced the negativity with going natural and then wearing my natural hair and the disdain and the looks that I got, yeah, it can be a blessing to keep rats and roaches away from you so you can end up in a better situation and get exactly what you need. But yeah, I don't understand what he came out of left field with this. I don't know if he's jealous. I did take a look at his wife. She is no CIARA, but she's pretty. Honestly, she could have done better than him. He did get picked up by the Miami Dolphins and the Chicago Bears. He had a short career. He's worth between $1 to $5 million. I don't know if that's the money he has in the bank. Like I said, she's not a bad looking woman. It's just that she is definitely no CIARA. And I don't understand how a married man could go after another married man. I don't understand his reasoning for coming out and saying this about Russell, that he's a square. Basically, what he's saying is, how could any black woman want to be with that? She should want to be with a man, I don't know, who has Future's swag, even though Future is a perpetual baby daddy. He is not married to anyone. He isn't offering stability to any of the women he has children with. He basically had a chance with CIARA and he blew that. And now he has to troll and stalk CIARA's page and watch her and her husband be happy. Also, there was this mention of the two of them leaving the party. People were talking about that. It was buzzing, and people were talking about Russell and CIARA, like, why would they leave the party? What's going on? What's the issue? But again, this is an example of people not used to seeing black women being protected by their husband. He was protecting her. He didn't want anything to pop off all of a sudden. He didn't want the night to be ruined. So to rather be safe than sorry, they decided to leave so there would be no issues. And I don't see an issue with him ushering his wife out just to protect her, just in case. To be on the safe side. I would expect that from a husband. It shows even with Will Smith. It's just something that is almost like it's frowned upon. Like, why are you trying to protect these women and trying to drag these women's reputation through the mud because they lived their life and they made some mistakes and they had some great success? I honestly do not understand why, if someone makes a mistake, why their life should be over. Even though the person is standing in a glass house throwing stones. And if we looked at the mistakes they made, they should be thrown in, you should be thrown in the gutter, right? No applaud of self-correction, no applauding growth, none of that. It's just open season on black women, and it's really starting to get on my nerves. It really is. The level of disrespect, disdain, and jealousy is at an all-time high. And then they're disrespecting men's wives. Like, you're supposed to be dealing with your own household, and to me it seems like you're jealous of a happy household, because even if you have a woman there, obviously something wrong, that you're looking at another couple and you're questioning their relationship when you should be doing the work on yours, because something is wrong there. that this triggered you? How could you not be happy for a couple that is currently happy? Misery loves company, but I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one.
But I wasn't